Hi, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. If you clicked on this video, you already know what we're here to talk about. So first, let me show you the watch and then I'll get into the story. So this is the Rolex Yachtmaster, reference number 11662. But I'm not gonna get into the specs and all that because I feel like when somebody goes on YouTube and search up like a particular Rolex watches, they're not here to read about the specs. They are here to hear about your story. Like, is this something you've been wanting when you were young? Like, are you celebrating an achievement? Like, how did you get it? Where did you get it? You know, why is this significant to you in your life? Stuff like that. So I'm not gonna get into the specs because you can just go on Rolex.com and you can just find all that out. So once again, this is a Rolex Yachtmaster, reference number 11662. So if you want to find out the specs, how deep can go in the water, all that bullshit, Rolex will take care of you. Today, I want to talk to you about how this is like a significant thing in my life, or how it was, how it is, how it's gonna be. Let's talk a little bit about the backstory. So I grew up in Cambodia, and in Cambodia there are a few items or a few brands that like signifies that you have made it. Some of which are like Mercedes, BMW, Rolex, the XO wine or alcohol. I'll put a photo here, but like when I was young, like that was something I always saw at the supermarket. I was like, fuck, this is $100, that's so much. I've always wanted those. I always wanted a Rolex, like a BM, a car, a motorcycle, because you know, Cambodia, my Cambodian people know what I'm talking about. So when I was young, when I was about 5-6 years old, it was like 2002, 2003, 2004, somewhere around there. Like, you know, you've seen those ads when you were young, like advertising luxurious item, and then one of them was Rolex. And when I saw it, I was like mesmerized, because like it was just so out of reach for me, because you know, it's like a $10,000 watch and you're like 5-6 year old in a relatively poor country. So like you don't dare to dream about that, but you do anyway, because like, you know, you set a goal and you try to reach that goal. And today I can cross something off my bucket list. Well, kinda, I will get to that later. Yeah, so when I was young, like it was always about wanting a motorcycle, wanting to drive a Mercedes Benz, a Lexus, have a Rolex watch on your hands, stuff like that. I want to talk about how, so like with all these videos online, you always just see them unboxing, reviewing, but not a lot of them tell you like how to get a Rolex, which is it's kind of hard. And I'll make some comparison to make sure you know what I'm talking about. If you're a new customer, if you never bought like any high-end watches from, let's say you go to a official Rolex partner retailer. Let's just say you went to the Rolex store, yeah? So you went to the Rolex store and you said, hey, I'm here, I have the money, I want to get some watches. If you are a new customer without any connection, they will just show you like the bottom layer of Rolexes, like the Datejust, the Datejust, what else? I think that's it, yeah. So like the Datejust they will have, but like with the Submariner, the Yachtmaster, the Daytona, you probably won't get it. And that's due in part because they save those items for their VIP clients. Because you have to understand that unlike Supreme, which is, you know, they artificially limit their supply, so the demand is higher. With Rolexes, it's actually real, like the supply is actually low. So there are not a lot of particular Rolexes. There are not a lot of Rolexes store throughout the world. There's like less than 200-300, I'm assuming. And it takes about a year to make one Rolex watch. To make one Rolex, the supply is very low and the demand is very high. So like a particular store will only get a amount. Let's say they get 10 a year. Like they are not gonna sell it to a first timer. Like let's say they get 5 Daytona. They're not gonna put it out in the front. They're gonna, you know, call their VIP clients and tell them, hey, we have a Daytona coming in. Do you want to come take a look? Because if you are a VIP client, the store will know that, you know, you're gonna buy, so like they're not gonna waste any time like introducing the watch. They're probably gonna assume you already know about the watch and know that you have the money to spend it. How we got this particular watch is that my uncle has a friend who works at Rolex, like a Rolex retailer. He had a connection like to the inside, so like we were able to get this watch. But like I believe, now this is not like, I called multiple places on my own because this is a family watch and I actually want a Rolex for myself, and I've called places and like they just tell me, yeah, we don't have the Submariner, we don't have the Yachtmaster, we don't have the Daytona, we only have the Datejust. Do you want to come take a look? So like from my experience, I think they do this on purpose because, you know, the supply is low, the demand is high, they want to sell to their VIP clients. So I already talked about that. Anyway, yeah. So let's put it into another perspective. It's like buying a Birkin, you know. If you want to get an Hermes Birkin bag, you have to be like an Hermes client. Like you have to spend a certain amount of money, you enter the lottery system, and then like you go in to talk with a seller, with the associate, and then like they sit you down, they know your name, they look you up in their system, and like they try to find out how much have they spent at Hermes, how much have they spent at this particular store. Should we sell it to them? Because, you know, they artificially limit their supply because it's a Birkin bag. You can make as much as you want, but you know, they limit it. So the hype, the demand is a lot higher than the supply, even if it's artificial. So that way it's still an it bag, because realistically a Birkin bag is just a very prototypical handbag, like nothing is special besides the bag, the history itself, and the artificial scarcity. So same thing with Rolex, but you know, with Rolex it's real scarcity. Like it takes a year to make one. Another thing is that Rolex isn't just selling watches anymore. Rolex is selling a brand, a lifestyle, and with luxury there comes a term called, you know, I'm pretty sure we all know this, like that. So there comes a term called exclusivity. Like, you know, you don't want, if everybody has it, nobody wants it. If only a certain amount of people has it, the people on the outside will want to get into the club. It's like the idea of going behind a red rope. You know what I mean? Like when you go to a club, you want to be in the VIP lounge, but they can't let everybody in. If they let everybody in, it's not VIP anymore. It's not exclusive anymore. It's rather hard to get your hand on a Rolex. Like I've tried to get a Submariner for myself, and I've called like 3-4 places and none of them has it. You know, I don't know if it's real. Like when they give me excuses like, hey, we don't have any in store, or we don't have it right now, but maybe if a VIP client calls, they probably have it, you know. I don't know, this is my opinion. Nothing about this is based on facts, it's just how I see it. And a little bit of research too. Let's talk a bit about why this isn't really mine yet. So, and you know, it doesn't even fit me because this is still brand new. Like, this is the first time like I'm wearing it. Well, not the first time, the second time. Like, first when we got it, I tried it on, stuff like that. Why did we get this watch? So the reason we get this watch, and the reason why I say it's not mine yet, is because we're gonna use it as a family heirloom. You know, like each family has an heirloom they pass down, whether it's a necklace, a ring, gold bars, a house, whatever it is. And my family, we decided to, let's get a Rolex, so then we can use that. So it's a wearable heirlooms, you know, and it holds its value. It appreciates in values, especially Yachtmaster, Daytona, and Submariner. The idea behind getting this Rolex is that we can wear this as like special occasions. When I say there's a wedding, my graduation, whatever it is, whatever special occasion that may be. The idea is that, you know, this is gonna be mine when my parents pass away. And then we all agreed to this. We all agreed that we're gonna treat this as a family heirloom, like where you only wear for special occasion. This watch isn't for like daily wear because, you know, we wanted to appreciate in value. And the idea behind getting a family heirloom, and I think this applies to everyone, is that you want something to pass down to the generation after you. Like it'll be passed on from my parents to me, from me to my kids to my grandkids. We don't want them to sell it, and we don't want them to wear it either, because we want to treat this as a break the glass emergency type of situation. Let's say my kids, like they decided to invest in, say, stocks, and you know, they bankrupt themselves. So like, if they need money urgently, they can sell this watch, and you know, since the value will only go up. Like, so we bought this at 11,000 or 12,000, I forgot, 11 to 12,000. So most Yachtmaster, most Submariner, you know, they rise each year. The Rolex is gonna continually raise their price, and then the older Rolexes are gonna appreciate in time. So let's say 40 years from now, this is probably gonna be worth at least 20K. And that's the same idea for me. Like when my parent passed away, you know, let's say I make some bad investments, which I don't. Good businessman right here. I sold my Bitcoin when it was at 57, so we're good. Anyway, yeah, so let's say I fucked up my life, and you know, and my parents are gone, they're not gonna bail me out. They're not here to help, you know, since they're dead. I can, if I am, excuse me, if I am in need of urgent money, I can sell this watch, and then this will serve its purpose that was intended when we bought, which is now. So that's the idea behind this watch. And I think that's about it. I think that's pretty much every family, you know, like some people like, you know, pass out houses, you know, because houses appreciate with time too, but the housing market is a lot more unstable, a lot more volatile than a Rolex, because with Rolexes, I know it's gonna go up every year, but you know, the housing market could crash any moment. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, but yeah, when I was young, this is something I wanted. And so technically this one isn't mine yet, but it is in my household. It is under my family's name, so it's technically mine. But in 30 to 50 years, or 60 or 70, I want my family to live a lot longer than that. I want my family to live a long and prosperous lives. You know, I don't want any hardship, but if there are any hardship along the way, we can sell this. I can sell this. My grandkid can sell this. My kids can sell this when they need the money urgently. Thank you very much for listening to my story. I hope you enjoyed it. If not, you probably wouldn't hear this part. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.